Blessings and love. Continuing on from the previous post about accessing the quantum field. So looking at what we can do to fast track these things, how to have access to them in a way that we might not have been able to before. And it's not necessarily what I'm going to share or try and teach anyone. Only we can learn what we're intended to learn as by guided from the divine frequencies, God, consciousness, and our higher vibration experience. So looking at clearing the Akashic records from karma. As we're doing that, we're actually clearing our chakra system, of course. So we have 12 chakras as associated with the 12 dimensional expressions of creation, all the way back to the divine creator. So as we clear our bodies of toxicity, our mind of toxicity, clear our heart from pain, trauma, any anger or frustration that we hold on to throughout our beingness, we are now able to clear the vessel, to open up, to allow more light in. The more that we practice meditation, the more that we practice connecting to our highest aspect of consciousness, the more that will flow. And what will flow through what is intrinsically yours. No one can define or tell you what it is that you should be acquiring at that time. When you are having your soul expression of conversation with the cosmos, the unified field, the quantum field. If you have memory of a past experience or a previous experience or something that has not come to pass yet or has, and you're not quite understanding it or coming to a place of understanding and harmony and peace with that experience, then this is what we need to shift through. So coming into healing the vibration of our physical vessel, giving it what it requires. And as we're moving through those processes, our physical body, our heart consciousness, and our clarity of mind will show us and guide us to what we're meant to be. So for many, that means that as our expression of consciousness widens beyond just our etheric field and our consciousness connects to the natural realm, our planet and the environment, the cosmos and galactic systems that we are perhaps originating from. As we do this, it will guide us to what we should be. So for many, as this happens and we shift our vibration higher and surrender the low vibrations that are connected to separation and fear, that are not of love, we will come to see anything that is not of a loving expression that we need to surrender and no longer engage with. It doesn't resonate. And in this, a lot of this experience, once we can ground ourselves, hold the vibration, keep practicing, is that we don't have the need to feed the physical vessel the types of food that it required or we felt we needed in our belief system and programming, so that we will come into a place where the energy vibration of the food itself becomes primary. We turn, or situations that we turn away from in where there is harm caused. So no longer wanting to eat meat, no longer wanting to have something that's not alive, doesn't have life force energy putting into our vessel. Again, this is not about any judgment. It's not about any propaganda. What it is saying is that as the light body integrates into the physical vessel, it doesn't resonate with these things. And if you ask any Buddhist monk if this is true, is there any ounce of resonance in that? what they will tell you is the monks that do not come into the regular human realm, they don't eat meat, that they exist on very little food, they meditate for a very long period of time and are able to sustain it for hours at a time. And as such, sometimes they just require water and oxygen, air to breathe. They were able to manufacture their own electromagnetic field. They're able to produce their own energy and light vibration as such that sustains them. So we're not necessarily aiming for that, but what we're coming to is how to work through that. So anytime that there is something that comes in to trigger us, is teaching us a lesson that is a lesson to be integrated and loved and given honor to, for the comprehension of what is not of love. So many that experience terrible things that happened to them as children in their lives, persecution and abuse, all kinds of levels. What we came in to do was to transmute those things. The quicker we can do that, forgive, move it on, and surrender it back to the universe, the faster we can move through these things. So, as there's no veil, what is the bonus of that is the flip side is that very quickly you can choose to tune into low vibrations or very high vibrations, and high vibrations that we have not been able to access for a very long time. So in that, make your intention to connect to the highest vibration of love that you can experience. Set the intention, allow whatever is external to you to represent that vibration, and then sit within that. Find the stillness and the calmness to hear. And it's not hearing just with our ears, it's hearing with our entire being, the sensations that we feel through our skin, the electricity and energy that we feel flowing through our bodies, the light that we see emanating from our pineal gland, the heat that comes through our crown chakra. These are all things that are indicators of the light vibration we are harnessing and bringing in as our light body. So, when we set the intention for what we need to do within and express that externally, this is how we start to integrate this. I have this little image here from, again, the book that was published some time ago. And so this is talking about the quantum field and how this galactic man represents. It's a bit smudgy, I apologize for that. Let me see if I can. That's a bit better. Yes. It is shimmery as well, so it's a little bit difficult. So what it is around this galactic man, there are 12 energy forms. And what they represent is the integration of the masculine, feminine, and divine creator. So the divine creator is always at the center, and the balance of the masculine, feminine. And so these are vibrations that allow the cosmos to retain balance, harmony, and equilibrium. So we are trying to do the same within. He has a symbol on his chest. It's very hard to see because of this, but you can see around, this is the quantum field matrix. So he has activated light body. He has crystalline energy that's being activated because he is able to connect to all 12 dimensional planes and all 12 dimensional planes chakras that are associated with the quantum field. So if you're having blockages within your own self, look what it represents. If we're looking at the crown chakra, the pineal gland, the throat, what is it that you have not surrendered, have not worked through, whether it's claiming your truth and your power, not sitting in your power here and have allowed others to take over things in your life, or not allowed to express your life and who you are from your very core. It's time to do this right now. And the shift that comes from being in this time frame now is that it is in the quantum time. It's immediate. So that's what the quantum field is that it's immediate. So you have access to past, present, future, all at the same time, and you are able to access it because the physical vessel and the psyche, the etheric is clear from all of those toxicities. So in this, for those who have or have not meditated before, this is a basic image of what visualization can be done. So we're looking at making sure that you're very well grounded down to the divine mother planet. And then what you're wanting to see is that around the crown chakra, there is a light body field of pure white light, of gold, pure blue spectrum. It's mostly the rainbow spectrum that will come in, but usually it's white. And what you're wanting to do is to have this energy accessed and come through, down through your core, through every cell in your body, and being able to come back up. This is what the Kundalini is seen as, the full activation of the divine flowing down through the spine, down to the activation center of the co-creator, our root chakra, and then coming back up to express itself into the universe, into the cosmos, as a co-creator, as a co-creator. So these are the things that we're looking at doing. The other one that I think is quite beneficial to have a look at, if I can find it. Here we go. So there's a couple here. So this is art therapy. So the other thing that is great to work through is by moving the body with healing vibration energy. So what we're doing is tuning into just the energy and frequency of music, healing vibration, and moving the body in such a way that expresses that energy flow. That helps move it through the body. The other thing is art therapy. Now, I had an injury some time ago where I actually couldn't use my right arm for 6 months. And so I decided that I needed to surrender whatever this was and heal it. So I drew this with my left arm. So I used to be ambidextrous as a child. I stopped that. And so what's interesting is this is what came out. I didn't have intention. I just picked up chalks. And in here, it's talking about the divine creator, the cosmic connection through the higher consciousness, the lotus energy, which is quantum field and ascension, and how I needed to surrender fully back to the cosmos, back to the galactic core, my whole being, so I could come back to who I was. I had no idea at the time what I was drawing, but that's what it was. So from that, soon after came another image, which was another art therapy piece. And please don't think that you have to be able to draw to be able to work through art therapy. There's lots of ways to do it, either through clay, through watercolor, fluid art. So this is about the integration of how to be an integrated being. So it's allow the integration of all aspects of being. And this is not light and dark. This is the masculine feminine. So our sun represents the masculine, the moon represents the feminine. There are different vibrations of energy required for balance. And so in this, grounding to the divine mother planet allows the rest to come. So the more grounded you can be in your consciousness, centered within self, and balanced about what it is you want to achieve in this life, in this time, in this now, being present, the more that you can ground yourself and then raise that vibration up through the higher chakra system and go out and connect to the divine creator, the more that we allow our wings to grow. So we become the angelic realm that we were. So in this, I hope this also can elaborate a little bit more about what it is that we're trying to achieve. So co-creating with the quantum field, not independently. There is just no I in this. It's all us. It's we. It's oneness. So as co-creators, this always comes from the heart. Blessings and love, and please forward any more questions that you may have about how to move through any blockages and things that may be stopping you from fully accessing into the quantum field that is a resonance that helps you transcend lower vibrations and projection. It's truth of love.